How's it going, guys? I am going live a little bit before I usually do. Also, obviously, it's Thursday, not Friday. Usually, we go live Mondays and Fridays at 4:30 p.m. Central Time. But I'm going out of town again for the 4th of July a little bit early, so I'll probably go out of town for a week or so. So I won't be live during that time. So I'm gonna go live before next week. So because I won't be live next week, but I'll still make videos and stuff. So if you guys have any requests, I can still do those. I am getting started here a little bit before 4:30, so I'm not gonna start just yet. I'm gonna get everything set up. But I am going to look at Solana a little bit in a second here. So let me send out the messages that we are live to my group. We are on Telegram, so you guys can feel free to join that. And let's go from there. By the way, I'm kind of bearish on Bitcoin right now. So that's how I stand on it. All right, so I'm going to get everything set up.
Perfect.
Okay. All right, I think that'll work. All right, I'm going to look at Solana really quick. Because I just got stopped out of that at break even. I don't know what to say about Luna C. I would say stay away from it because it was up here at 1660. Now it's all the way at 11. So as long as and you look at the daily chart, it's in what I would call probably an emerging cup and handle. We'll see if we start to get the handle right now, but we'll see what happens. So that's just a wait for me. I think it's too risky to be in a trade on that. I did get stopped out Solana at $32. Let's see. I was in a short. It's at 32.10 right now. So I could see this coming down if we go to the daily chart back to this local low. Bitcoin's going to have a double bottom back to $25, $26. And for me, that would have been a 100% move if I stayed in at 32 bucks. We'll see what happens. Based on the 15-minute chart, you're kind of in this triangle. I want to see if you break to the upside. If you do, then obviously I'll, when it gets overbought again, I would short it again because I'm still bearish on Bitcoin. But if you break it to the downside, I would enter a short right here. But if you break to the upside, that'd be a better entry for a short, and then I can make more money if it still comes to $26. Given with how the markets look right now, I'd be kind of surprised if Solana were to go to the upside here. But I guess anything is kind of possible. So I'm going to set an alert right here. For Solana, if it gets above 32.20, which is probably going to happen in a second, but if it comes back below, then I would probably open up a short. So, yeah, 32.20 could possibly be a breakout. It might happen here in a second. I'm not going to go long on it because the trend is right now down in Bitcoin and the overall market, so I don't want to go against the trend if I think the trend is down. I'd rather just wait for it to be overbought on the 15-minute chart or the 1-hour chart and then short it from there. 1-hour chart is overbought. The 15-minute chart is not overbought yet. So when this is overbought, I'll short it. I'll alert up here when the RSI gets high in the 15-minute, and then I'll short it. So that's what I'm watching right now. My alert's probably about to go off, but that's what I'm watching right now on Solana is probably a move up here. If it were to break to the upside, well, measure move would be about almost $34, $33.90 if you want to be conservative. So that could be a good short. I'm going to put my alert up here, and then when it gets close to being overbought or close to that target, I might start looking for a short when it gets above 33.50. So if that happens, if it gets that high up, then that'd be an awesome short. Otherwise, I'll also get alerted when the 15-minute is overbought. So that is the Luna position I'm watching right now. I'm still looking for another entry on, on Solana. I'm still looking for an entry on Solana, probably waiting for that to go up a little bit more. All right, so it's almost 4:30. We can probably get started here. So that's kind of, that's what I'm looking at on Solana. Let's go over to Bitcoin now and try to figure out what Bitcoin is doing. So Bitcoin is currently at $18,877. Yeah, so rounded, here's the thing. I got to say this. When you get a rounded top on Bitcoin, that's extremely bearish. Or on any asset. If you get a rounded top, that's bearish. that means the top is probably in. Just like when you get a rounded bottom, that's bullish. Let's go over to Luna coin. You got a rounded bottom and you shot to the moon on Luna. That's what, so it's kind of the opposite playing out right now on Bitcoin. You're getting around the top and you're going parabolic to the downside, at least for Bitcoin. Bitcoin going down 6% in a day is not good. I mean, that's a big move for Bitcoin. If it was an altcoin, that's nothing, right? So rounded tops do not pay the bills unless you're short. If you're shorting, then that's a good thing. So right now, definitely bearish on Bitcoin. So that is kind of what's going on with Bitcoin. 1 hour chart is not overbought yet. The 4 hour chart on Bitcoin is oversold, so that's kind of interesting. The daily chart is overbought, and that's probably what's bringing Bitcoin down. So that's what's bringing Bitcoin down. The 50-minute chart is also neutral, so nothing to look at there. But 1 hour chart and 1 hour chart's neutral. So overall, the RSI is not completely crazy overbought, except like the daily chart, but eventually that daily chart will need to reset, and then that's when it'll correct. And plus, like I said, RSIs don't look that bad except the daily chart, but like I said, round tops are extremely bearish. So we will see what happens on Bitcoin. So the next targets to the downside, I think I cleared my chart because otherwise I had supports. But obviously you have a local low down here at 17,600. That's where Bitcoin bottomed a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago or so. So that's going to be some very good support. If we zoom in here a little bit on the 4 hour chart, we can also see other supports. So the next stop for Bitcoin, or the next, I guess, to the upside resistance would be 20,000 even, right? And then you also had a local high up here at $21,863. So really the next support, at least how I'm seeing the charts, is the last local low that you had, 17,646, and that local low happened on 18th of June, which was 12 days ago. So that's the next target. I see Bitcoin either having a double bottom or making a lower low below that. If you go below that, we haven't been that low in several years. If you go below that, my targets were 14K, and that's why I use Bookmap. So then the next place you can go to see where the liquidity lies on Bitcoin on the larger time frames, on the smaller time frames, you can do it on any time frame, is Bookmap. It's like a website you can go to. There's a free version, and then there's a paid version that you guys can do. So that's where I go to see the liquidity. Right now it's loading on my screen, so I wait for that to load. How's it going, guys? I appreciate if you come in here, follow me, like the video if you guys are new, or if you appreciate the content. I go live. I try to go live twice a week, right? Mondays and Fridays. And if I know today's not Friday, but I'll be out of town next week, so I want to make sure I still got my second live in for that. So is Bookmap loaded yet? Okay. Preparing to start. All right. If you guys are on YouTube, if you guys want to see the screen, I am on YouTube, and then you can see my screen. Otherwise, you can just see my face on TikTok. So that's kind of how it is. It takes a second to load. All right, so I'm going to zoom out. So there's liquidity down here at 17.5, but there's even more. This is interesting. There's even more liquidity down here. So there's liquidity at 15,000. That's where a lot of liquidity is on Bitcoin. If you zoom out a little bit more. So the most liquidity right now is 15K. Bookmap is saying usually the price goes to where the most liquidity is on any time frame you're looking at. So right now, the most liquidity is saying Bitcoin is probably going to make a lower low, below 17.5. You're going to probably going to get a bounce at 17.5 because that's a support, that's a local low. But I would not expect it to be anything crazy. You might go back to 20K and then come down again. And then the third time you test that low, I would expect it to break. And then eventually in a month, I would say in about a month from today, Bitcoin probably hits $14,000 to $15,000 because the liquidity is currently at 15,000. And then you have you don't have as much, but you have some at 10,000 as well. So 15,000 is looking like the next macro stop, at least if you're looking at like the daily or weekly chart. If you look at the bigger time frames, or if you're looking at Bookmap, you can see there's the most liquidity is at $15,000. So that's where I would expect Bitcoin to go long term. Where have I been? Well, I've been live. I need to post more TikTok videos. I've been live most of the day. I was live Monday. Take a look at meme coin for me. Is meme coin actually a coin? Is that what they call it? Meme coin? It's Baby Doge. So I've looked at Baby Doge before. I can look at it after I go through a few other coins. But Baby Doge to me, it's dead. So I'll look at it here in a minute though. So Yeah, so $15,000 is where the liquidity is on Bitcoin. So now going to Solana, and then I'll look at your meme coin. Solana right now is at $32. It looks like it could break out. The breakout move on Solana would be 33.50. I'm not longing it right now because the overall market is bearish. If the overall market is bearish, I'm not going to long an asset. I'm not going to go against the trends. I've done that in the last few days. I just got wrecked. So I'm not doing that. If it goes to 33.50, I'd be happy about that because then I'll have a better short entry. I was shorting for $32. I've been stopped out twice a day. Both times it broke even because it went down enough, and then I put my stop at break even. But that's kind of what I'm looking for short on Solana. Either if we break back below $32, I'll short it from there, or if it gets up to my measured move around 33.90, I have an alert at 33.50. Then I can start looking at the chart, seeing if it's ready to roll over, and then also have an alert when the 15 minutes overbought. So I'm watching Solana like a hawk. Seems like a very safe trade to me, a good short, especially if Bitcoin's going to go to 75 and eventually $15,000. So that's what I'm looking at for Solana. So that's the one I'm looking at for today. I want to get another entry before I go out of town tomorrow, so I don't have to worry about trading this week, and I could just do a swing trade through the holiday week. So that's what I'm planning on doing. All right, let's go over and look at Baby Doge on Dex Tools. So Baby Doge, if I can find my... Okay. So let's look at this. There's Elon 1 for you guys. I need to probably make an update video on that, that's for sure. Alright. It's loading right now. Oh my god. The volume on Elon 1 is like 4,000. That's awful. What's it called? Baby Doge? There's another coin I was looking at that's kind of similar to what Elon 1's doing, but they actually are going to launch this week. It's called BlockFi, so that's also on Dex Tools. All right, so got the chart pulled up for Baby Doge. Let's see what's going on with it. So the problem is the volume's extremely low. It's 20,000. So for me, I don't really want to touch it. When I started looking at Elon 1 and actually having hope for it back in the day, it was like worth... The volume went on. I got interested in it in October. The volume was in the millions. It was between $1 to $4 million the first week I looked at it, and then it's slowly gone down since then. It's at 4,000. So now new investors are looking at the volume and saying, like, why would I invest in this if the volume is below $100,000? There's no liquidity. So then if I want to scale out, I'm going to lose money on slippage. So that's why I'm not loving Baby Doge. Also, it's had its major run up, and now it's coming back down. I will go zoom out to like a bigger time frame. I don't know why my internet is so slow today. So the daily chart is saying the all-time high was 79 basically. It's currently at 1510. And actually, it might be lower. Hold on. Yeah, so from the all-time high, you're currently down about 83%. If you flip this the other way, I really wish this... Okay. So if you flip this the other way and go and back to the all-time high, that's a 665% gain, which is pretty good. But the fact is, I don't think it's ever going to get back to an all-time high. And if it does, it will not happen until the bull market because there's no buyers. Volume's $20,000, which means there's no liquidity, which means I'm not interested. And the chart is in a massive downtrend. I can draw the resistance. If you guys are on YouTube, you guys can see my charts. I have said that again. You cannot break this resistance. And until you break it, you can't be bullish on it. I mean, you're right at the resistance. You're testing it, but you have to break it. And the resistance is 15. So you're right at it. You're trying to break it right now if you're being... Yeah, you're trying to break it right now. If it breaks 15 and stays above 15, especially if it hits 16, Baby Doge, short term could be bullish, but with low liquidity, I would not touch it. Just me. I've lost too much money in these meme coins, especially in a bear market. Time to buy meme coins is maybe if you're going to invest in it, if you really believe in it, then maybe now's the time to buy. But if you're going to trade it, now's not the time to trade it. So if you guys have any other requests, let me know. Good time to buy crypto for the long run. Yes, it is, in my opinion. But I also think if you want to if you're getting DCA, now's a good time to DCA. The fear and greed index is an extreme fear, and you want to buy when people are fearful, and you want to sell when people are greedy. It's really that simple. But that's on the macro time frame. But I also just looked at Bookmap, if you just joined, which looks at where liquidity is on Bitcoin. Usually the price goes to where liquidity is. 75 is the next support. 15,000 is where the most liquidity is at right now on Bitcoin. So more times than not, you go to where that liquidity is. So I don't think it's going to happen immediately. I don't think you're going to hit 75 and go through that. You probably get a small bounce there, maybe go back to 20K if we're lucky, and then roll over. But I would say in about a month, I'm going to say 30 to 60 days, Bitcoin will hit $15,000, $14,000 to $15,000 in 1 to 2 months. That's my prediction. We'll see if I'm wrong or right about that, but that's just where I'm thinking. So if that's where we're going to go, why would you not just wait till we go a little bit lower, or at least till you test at 17.5? Maybe put a buy order at 75 and another one at 15 or 14K. Also, I personally think Bitcoin's going to go to $10,300 because that's where I believe I did the math from the all-time high. You usually fall about 85% in the bear market. So that would be where 10,300 would be. And then I think you're going to $9,000. I think 9,000 would be the bottom on Bitcoin because that's where you have a CME gap on Bitcoin. Also, you have one at 75. You were just at 75, but because the stock market wasn't open when we went to 75 and it was on the weekend about 2 weeks ago when we were down there, the CME gap never got filled on Bitcoin. So 75 is going to happen probably this weekend. And there's going to be low liquidity on Tuesday because of the 4th of July. Probably all week there's going to be low liquidity. Because personally, I'm going to try to get into a trade today. That way when I go out of town tomorrow, I don't have to think about trading. If I get stopped out, then I do. But if the trade goes my way and Bitcoin's going to keep going down, then I can make money on the short. So that'd be like a swing trade for me. So then hopefully all week, next week when I'm on vacation, I don't have to worry about trading. I can just, and if my take profit gets hit, then great. So that's my little speech on if you should buy Bitcoin right now. So I already looked at Solana, if that's what you mean. You didn't even spell it right, so maybe that you meant something else. People. Watching YouTube as well, awesome. How do I feel about CRO? Well, it had its run up. I do think it's going to come back in the bull market. So I like it long term. I haven't looked at the price in like 5 light years, but I will look at it. By the way, guys, I've been in crypto for like 2 years now, so I think I know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to say I'm like the best trader out there, but I know on the macro time frames of what to do and how to make money. So, yeah, CRO's at 11 cents. I do think it's going to come back in the bull market, so I'll look at Solana. I just looked at it. I'll go over it. So Solana right now looks kind of bullish, and well, it's 50-50. It's a symmetrical triangle, so it could break to the upside or downside. The measured move to the upside is 33.90, which would be $34. So if that happens, that's where I would short because I'm still bearish on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin's going to dump, Solana will definitely dump as well. So otherwise, if it goes back, if it closes like an hourly candle below $32 again, I'm going to short it for a third time at $32. Can I check out Gamian World? Let me make sure no one on YouTube said anything. And tell me your thoughts on this metaverse project. I'm on YouTube. All right. Gamian World. Okay. Do you have a ticker for that? Maybe I found it. Is it GMM? Okay. Well, if it is, tell me if it's not. But if it is, it doesn't look good. That looks horrible. You're kind of just going sideways right now for whatever this coin this is, the Metaverse project. I'm just looking at the price. I'm not going to like do a deep dive on it on the live stream right now. Yeah, you're just going sideways right now. So you definitely have some support at 1377. And you have resistance right now at 1680. So that's based off the 4-hour time frame. And right now you're just consolidating between those support and resistance between 1466 and 1681. So pretty much if you broke it to the upside, if you broke 1681, that'd be bullish because you'd not only be breaking the horizontal support, but you'd also be breaking the slanted support, whatever that's called. So I can't think of the word for it, but that's it. 1680 is a price to be. If you break it, that'd be bullish. And then yeah, I'll watch this. I'll send an alert if it breaks 1680. I'll look at it again. I'll probably be like, what the hell is this in a month and forget about it. But then I'll look at the chart again and maybe it would look bullish and I'll trade it because it is on KuCoin, so you can trade it. That's where I trade. If you guys need a referral link, I will get one because I have one for KuCoin. So that's kind of it. So let me see what the volume is on GMM. I'm curious about that because that's also big. If it's on KuCoin, I'm assuming the volume is like not $10,000 like it would be on DEX Tools. But the volume, okay, the volume's not bad at all. Well, okay, it's at 570,000. The market cap's $8.6 million if that's accurate. So definitely a low market cap gem, but a lot of coins on KuCoin are. So that's one to watch. Yeah, so I have my alert set right now at 1680. If it breaks it, then I would look at the chart again. And until then, I would not be bullish on it. So that's kind of it for that coin. Matic long term. So on KuCoin, you don't have to be KYC'd. So you don't have to go through any verification like you do on Binance US. If you do want to get KYC'd, that means you can. I mean, the only limits, like if you're a small, if you don't have a lot of money in crypto, or if you don't want to have a lot of money in the exchange, it's okay. The thing is, the limits on KuCoin, if you don't have KYC, is you can only withdraw one Bitcoin a day, which is like, yeah, I don't think many of us will have that issue of that being a problem because even if you need to withdraw 10 Bitcoin, you could just do it in a 10-day span. And then if you want to do leverage, you can only do up to 5x leverage. But personally, if you do anything more than 5x, you're asking to get wrecked. But obviously, if you get KYC, you could do up to 100x, I believe. So those are the only two major limitations if you don't get KYC. But I have KuCoin. I've had it for about 2 weeks, and I'm not KYC'd at all. It's pretty awesome, actually. It's super easy to sign up. You can start trading. Probably get signed up and trading once a Bitcoin gets sent over in a few minutes. 15 minutes, I'd say. Matic, I will look at Matic. So I'm not, but yeah, personally, I'm not KYC'd. I like Matic long term, but it's not one I'm gonna hold long term. You know, I'm gonna try to buy one Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes down to $10,000, and I want to have 32 Ethereum for the next bull market, bare minimum. So probably the way I would accumulate more Bitcoin, extremely risky. Not saying you do this, not financial advice. But I'm going to start DCing into a position on a leverage trade like a 5x long on Bitcoin as we go lower. Like my first buy would be 17.5. This is just what I'm thinking about doing. My first buy would be $17,500. And then right above the next liquidation price, which would be 20% lower, I'd have another buy order and just keep moving that down lower. It's extremely risky, so don't do it with your whole portfolio, but that's kind of how I could do it, because then when the next bull run comes around, as we go up, I'd make even more money. I just DCA for the best entry price as we go lower. Hopefully that made sense, but definitely risky. So if you're going to buy Bitcoin, that's just a way to make more Bitcoin without having the full amount. If you don't have a full amount for one Bitcoin, then that's how you can do it. So that's it, guys. If you guys have any other questions, let me know. Otherwise, that's kind of all I got. It looks like Solana is either going to have a parabolic move up or dump to the downside very shortly. So we will see what happens with that. The measure move to the downside for Solana, if it breaks to the downside out of this symmetrical triangle, would be $29.80. So I'm watching this like a hawk. I might take a short on this as we get off this trade, but also, I don't know, I'm probably going to short this. 15-minute chart's overbought. You're at the top of the channel. You could break out right now, but let me go with the 5-minute chart and see what Solana looks like there. Trying to break it, it looks like I would have to bet that 5 minutes already curling down. I would bet this is another short for Solana, so I'm going to take a short on Solana here once I end this live. So that's what I'm going to go do now, guys. Not financial advice, but I'm going to take another short at Solana at $32 because it still looks like a good entry point. With that being said, guys, that's all I got. If you guys enjoyed this video, I appreciate it if you like and subscribe. I will not be live next week because I'll be on vacation, but I will still make videos. So if you guys have any requests, let me know, and I'll still make a few videos a day, or at least one, so you know I'm alive. So, all right. Cardano we just looked at. No, we didn't. Did we? No, that was Crow. I like Cardano too a lot. But the ones I'm going to hold long term are going to be Bitcoin and Ethereum. If you have a lot of money, you shouldn't need anything else than that. I'm not saying I have a lot of money, but long term, those are the safest plays. So, and I learned in the last market, I made some money on altcoins, but also overall, if I just would have held Bitcoin, I would have had more than if I had my whole portfolio full of altcoins. So I'm going to just buy Bitcoin and Ethereum for this next bull market. Don't get greedy because I'm sick. I just would have had more money if I just would have held Ethereum over all the altcoins. So, all right, guys. I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, trade safe. Have a great weekend and have a great week for the 4th of July. And may the 4th be with you. All right, so I'm going to end the YouTube now. How's it? Yep, all right. You too, Alex. And I will see you guys. I'll still make videos next week, but I'll see you guys in the following week for the live streams again. So until next time.